Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So today we're going to do these two new molds. The mystery mold. So put in the comments what you think it is. And I'm just going to pour colors. It takes 5 ounces, roughly. So for that, I have picked out a smidgen of the Ninja Black, the Jungle Silver, and the White. So the most of it is going to be the Jungle Silver. And then I'm going to put a little bit of this in there. So that might give you a clue as to what this could be. So on this one, I'm going to try to color all the flowers and the grass and the frog. And then I'm going to try to put something around the center so that we don't get anything in there. And then I'm going to pour this I'm trying to decide if I want to do like a navy blue or a black. I do know I want it to be a dark color. I'm using 2 of the Intense Chameleon powders, which is by Let's Resin, the intense ones. They come 5 in a package. So I picked out dark green and fairy green. And then from the chrome package right here, you get 10 colors. I picked out the regular green and the gold. So the gold I'm going to use for the center of the flowers. And I will probably end up picking like a magenta or something for the actual flowers. But once I get this all colored, I got these little hole makers from Amazon. This is pretty much the same as like the little windows ones. So I'm going to take this bigger one and we're going to suction it to the middle so that when we pour it, we will have a hole for the water to drain out of. So I will put that in there. So I'm going to keep that in here for now so I don't get it all cucky, because you know how klutzy and messy I am. So let's get started with this. And I'm going to see what I can... I'm going to use the fairy green on the frog. So I'm going to get him done first, because I want him to definitely stand out. And this is a brand new pack, thanks to Terry. She definitely takes care of me, that one. And I so appreciate it. Because without the support from you guys, I would not be able to keep going on this channel. Because this is an expensive hobby, for sure. Oh my goodness, I should have opened this off camera. But I got it. I think I got it. All right. So we're going to start with this little angled brush, and I'm going to scoop up what I can. And if you hear air in the background, it's because I've got my air. Okay. Oh, hang on. I just got some happy mail. Hang on. Oh my gosh, guys. When I get this all poured, I'm going to show you. I only opened the packages because I was like, I don't remember ordering anything. And I got 3 Happy Meal packages, guys. So we're going to go over them. I don't even know what they are. Oh, goodness. I'm all excited, like Christmas. So we will definitely be having, as I get it where I'm not supposed to. So I'm hoping that this little bugger comes out cute. Now, I got this for my daughter because she loves frogs. She likes more of the mix to mold, which I will probably make her one of in the mix to mold too. But, you know, it's like when you've never poured anything, it's hard to know like where the details are, if you're getting it right or not. So I figured I might as well just go the hard route and get this done with colors to see. Because you guys know me, I don't do anything the easy way, right? But I figured this might be a good color for the frog. And I'm just gonna do the whole thing the same color because this is like a color shift. So well, actually, guys, I got 4 packages of Happy Mail because Miss Terry also sent me something, so, and I had got that earlier. All right, so, let's see. I think that is all the frog. And I am just trying to get it to the edge because he looks like, you know, he's completely separate from the rest. All right, I'm gonna clear that and I'm gonna put this color aside. Let's clean a brush and I'm gonna get a paper towel here. Goodness gracious. So I want to get this part as clean as I can possibly, you know, get it cleaned up. And then we'll do the bottom piece after because I know I'm just going to get more on there. All right, so I think what I'm gonna start this way because this is more greens, and then we might like do some flowers and then go back to the green. And if there's a little tiny bit of that other color in there, I'm not too worried about it because it'll just give a little variation, you know, into the stems and stuff. So I'm gonna do the stems because I want to do them in this lighter green. This is the chrome green. So I figured that one, you know, would maybe stand out a little bit better. All right, so we're just gonna do the stem. And that way the stem of the flower will stand out from, you know, from everything else. I'm trying to see. I can't tell where that stem. I'm thinking this one doesn't have a stem on it. All right. So I think we've got all of our stems. And then I'm gonna do the dark green for the grass, which is this dark green, which is a blue purpley shift color. So I just don't know if, I don't think that's part of the frog right in there. So we'll just kind of color that. I think it's like a part of the leaf. So that's what we're gonna make it. All right, so this should be fairly easy. Because it's basically just following these like little indents. And then when I wipe over this, the color should stay right in the, you know, in the grooves because they're recessed in. So I think it'll make cleanup fairly easy. As I say that, and then I'm like, yeah, probably won't, but we will see. And, you know, if you guys want to fast forward through this part, it's okay. But, you know, I've got some new ones, new people that are still learning, so I like them to see the whole process. And even though us that have been doing it for a while, we, you know, there's still things that we struggle with. And cleanup is definitely one of those things. And there are like some textured areas that I'm not really sure. So we're just gonna, I'm gonna try to get those textured areas too. And hopefully it doesn't, you know, look all wonky when I demold it. If it does, we will have to figure out a way to try and fix it. So I'm thinking if I can just get a little bit on there, just to kind of make them stand out a little bit. This looks like a leaf. And that's a little vein. And this looks like a leaf. And it's really hard to see and to be able to tell, like, you know, if it's a leaf, if it's a stem. I'm just gonna color this section in because this looks like it would be a bigger leaf. And You know what I should do is probably just color this whole bottom piece this color. You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. So let me get my flower. Let me pick a flower color here. All right, let's do this purple in the flower color. But I'm gonna take the gold first, and we're gonna get the little centers done. I need a different, that one's too frayed apart here. Let's try this one. Nope. Maybe one of these. Yeah, that's definitely gonna work better. And then I will just clean up the flower. And then we're just gonna do the whole bottom of this in, there we go. All right, let me get some alcohol. And just gonna clean some of that flour. Clean that off just a bit so I can try to just use this one. And that way it's gonna make the cleanup definitely easier. All right. So, go back to our little angled brush here. Put that on. And let's get our little flowers done. So we're definitely gonna coat this with a darker color so that these, with the intense ones, it doesn't really matter what color you coat it with, but just the, like the chrome and the other ones, you have a more vibrant color if you use black or like a dark color. All right, so we've got that done. All right, now I am just going to, let's get my big brush, and then we're just gonna do the whole bottom in this color. Oh, I forgot a flower, hang on. I forgot a flower. I just now saw it. So I gotta get the, where is it? Right there. Clean that up just a smidge here. Whoa. Well. And that way I won't have to worry about cleaning up if I just do it all, you know, all that color. All right. I'm gonna set this aside. All right, now we can go to the big brush. But at least this way here, the frog and those flowers will hopefully stand out. And then I won't have to worry about cleanup. And our stems are a different color, so that's good because that will at least make the stems on the flower stand out. And we're just gonna cover the whole thing. All but I'm gonna have, once I get it all coated, I'll have to clear a spot off for my my little water drain thingy. And we're just going to use what's on our table because this is the inside. It is not going to matter. All right. And trying to get it flipped without taking off any of the color. All right. Let me get these closed up so I don't spill them anymore. All right, just move these out of the way here. Let me clean this at least a little bit. Oop. At least try to keep it from going everywhere. Let me get a wipe and wash my hands here. There we go. All right. So now I need to, I'm just going to wet one of these and I'm going to clean off an area here so we can put our plug. There. And there. Okay. So I'm going to mix up, this is 6, this is 5. So I'll probably just mix up 12 ounces of resin. It's just going to be the 1-to-1 Bond Craftor resin that I'm using. And I'm going to get that all mixed. And then we're going to run it through the debubbler. Well, I'll mix it, I'll color it, and then I'll run it through the debubbler. So I'll be right back. Let me get my resin all mixed. Okay, so I figured while that's mixing, I might as well show you my Happy Mail. So, hang on here. I grabbed a soda too because I'm like parched here. So, this was the first package that I got today. And this is from Terry Ryan. Thank you very much. Now, this is from Temu, so she did send me an email telling me that I would be getting it. So, this is some copper wire, and it's a 20 gauge. And there's 8 yards in here, which 20 gauge is what I use a lot of. So, that's cool. And then I got different colored beads because you guys know I love making jewelry too. So these they look like jasper, but there's no, you know, name to them. So there was these, and then these beautiful blue and black, which everybody knows that's my favorite colors. So, we will be having some jewelry videos coming up. And then we got some of these little black and white, which I have some similar, but I didn't have any little ones. So, these will be cool to add to that. And then, look at these cool ones. These will go with any ensemble that you wear. So these are really cool. You know, they've got the earth tones. They're like a cream colored with the blacks and it's not really orange, but it's not really a brown either. So those are really cool. And of course, you know, none of them say what they are even supposed to replicate. And then there was these, which are really cool. These are like a moss green. These ones must be precious stones because they came in a separate little pouch like this. 5 single beads, 8 millimeter. Yeah, it doesn't say. And these are tiger's eye. That I know just by looking at them. Those are gorgeous. Oop. And then she got me some bales. So these are going to come in handy. Thank you so much, Terry. You spoil me rotten. Okay, now I need to keep these separate because these are going to go back up in my office because that's where I do my jewelry. So this was the first package I got, and this is from Christy Cudberth. 5 years old, and I have 2 adult sons with autism that live in the home. Our lives are turned upside down, and your content has been a godsend. Again, thank you so much for sharing part of yourself with us. From Christy. Thank you so much, Christy. I so appreciate that. I'm glad that something I do can bring joy to somebody else. That definitely warms my heart. All right, so let's see. This is activity jar candle holders. Let's see. Oh. Those are gorgeous. So there's a big one and a little one. And you put your candle in there. So if we do them in the mixed mold, we could actually pour wax, or we could put a real tea light candle or a votive in them. And if we do them in resin, then we would use a battery operated one. So that gives us 2 options of doing these candle molds. Thank you so much, Christy. I'm just gonna set that aside. All right, that was one package. This was another package. Like I said, I just opened it. I saw that they had gift tags, so I didn't go any further. And this, again, is from Christy. Thank you so much. Oh, these were on my wish list. I do remember that. So this is the small tray and the larger tray. Oh, I got the big dragon. Oh, I love it. I'm not going to take it out of the cellophane because I want it to stay. Look at that. Oh, that is going to be gorgeous. Now, I don't know if you guys remembered a little ways back, I was looking for Big Dragon because I had somebody at one of the craft fairs ask if I could do dragon bookends. This is going to be a perfect size. Even if I have to have my husband make like a wood and then we attach this to the side, to the wood, that's exactly the size that I was looking for. So thank you again to Christy so much. And I'm gonna set that out of my way just so that I don't get crud on it. And then look at this big package. All right. All right, and these are also from Christy. Thank you so much. And all right, just a small gesture to let you know that you've impacted me and to encourage you to keep on going. Much love and prayers to you and your family. Best wishes from Christy. Thank you so much. And you are a bright light in a world shadows you and have helped me personally through a very dark time in my life. My husband of 23 years passed away suddenly and unexpectedly last March. He was only 47. Oh my God, I am so sorry, Christy. Oh my gosh. From Christy. Oh my gosh, that breaks my heart. I can't even imagine, girl. Oh, my prayers are with you and your family. Okay, this is the silicone mold. Oh, it's the soap dish set. So this was on my wish list too, because the soap dish that I had got before, it was like really, really thin. Yeah, this is, now to me, this is a soap dish. Yes. And then this is also another type. And then there's this one as well, which is like an oval. These, and look, it comes with some glitter. Yes, thank you so much. Oh, we're going to have all kinds of new projects to do here. So which one do you guys think I'm going to do first? Put it in the comments. Oh, and my thingy died here. Let me just get through these real quick so we can get our resin mixed. And these are like little trinket dishes. And I want to pull the silicone because it's so cold here. We're like, I think it was 16 degrees, but our wind chills are negative. So these are going to be really great little trinket boxes. And then we can actually even put things in it to stand up. So yeah, we have a lot of options with this one. And let's see. It says Valentine's something, but ew, the rectangle trays like the other one in 3 different sizes. So again, these are like little trinket dishes. Now that one's a wider one than the bottom one. So there's 3 different widths and 3 different sizes. So thank you so much. All right, and I am going to, and I keep all of my gift tags, guys. I keep every one of them because they mean so much to me. So maybe what I'll do is someday I'll laminate them and we'll make a project out of them. Oh, my arms are itching. You can tell I'm down here with resin. I try not to stay down too long, but, oh, well, I gotta go find that cover. Let me grab my gloves here so we can get this mixed up. So this one we're gonna color black, which I just now thought I should have used the Bond Craftor black, but I keep forgetting. All right, so now this ended up dying, so I'm gonna give it a few little hand mixtures just to make sure that it is completely mixed. So I'm just taking my spatula and scraping as much of that off as I can. All right. Now let's get this semi-wiped here, because you can tell that I forgot about it a few times and everything stuck to it, and yeah, it made a mess. All right. Let me grab. All right, now I got a container missing with my big long spatula thingies. Where did I put it? I'm constantly moving things around to do my paint videos on my other channel. Oh, right in front of my face. All right, so let's get this. Oh, got resin here, hang on. My husband's been fighting a cold for like a week now, and I had just got over it, and sometimes I feel like I'm getting it again. All right, so we're gonna take 6 ounces and we are going to put that in a cup. We're gonna mix it in the black. I don't know, yeah, I might as well do black, because now we're really not gonna see the color because I did the whole thing. All right, so I'm gonna pour 6 ounces in here. I am going to go just a little over because this one takes 5 and I made 12. So I would rather have a ½ ounce of black extra than not enough. And then this one, I'm going to mix 3 different ways. So I need just 2 little cups. And let's get one. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of the black. And a little bit more of that creamy color. And then the rest into this cup, which will be the silver. So any guesses on the mixed mystery mold? I had one guess on the other video when I had showed that I had got them in. So, because commenting on my page, guys, definitely helps my channel more than you guys know. And sharing it, and if you hit the hype button, that really helps too, guys. And we are less than 200 subscribers away from another giveaway. So be sure and, you know, be doing all the things, commenting, giving a thumbs up. Those are all things that you can do that's free, and it helps me tremendously. Okay, so let me get a couple of these sticks, and I got something in this one off my spatula. I gotta dig out my new spatulas. I didn't use all of them at a time because I know that I'm messy. So I'm like, yeah, I don't want to dirty all of them. I'll take a couple at a time. All right, so this one's going to be the silver. And that is a matte mold. So this really probably isn't going to be as sparkly unless I spray seal it clear, which I might do. So I'll get these mixed up, and I'll get these run through the debubbler. On this one, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to mix it in the black, and we're going to pour it, because we're really not going to see anything through the colors. You know what I mean? It's already colored. So, and then this is going to be for this one. I guess I'm going to have to invest in like little, I don't know, like little jars with covers or something. What do you guys put your mica powders in that come in bags? Because I'm really starting to hate the little bags. It makes it hard when, you know, you're trying to color a mold and you're pulling from inside the bag. So I like, this is white, but it's not a bright white. It's kind of a creamy color. All right, and then we'll put just a little bit of the Ninja Black. So I'm using all micas on this particular mold because I know that the colors are going to merge together. And I wanted it to have like all the same, you know, kind of consistency. All right. And then I will just give these a quick stir when we get ready to pour them. Now I'm hoping the silver just doesn't completely take over, and it could. All right, let me pop these in the debubbler. And I'll get my black pigment paste. So this is what I'm going to use for this. And I should have had this bottle upside down, but I didn't. All right, I'm just going to move that aside. Let's get this. I know we're not going to see it, but I'm thinking, should I run this through the debubbler? That's all right. Well, we'll see. You know, I'll probably kick myself in the butt. Let me wipe my stick. All right. All right, let's chance it. So I am going to like pour a little bit and then swirl it. I just don't want any like obvious bubbles. And we have like on his body, you can see it now that I've colored it. We've got all these little bubbles. We've got his little feet, all these little things that we could trap a bubble in. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit, and then I'm gonna kind of swirl it. Kind of hopefully coating everything. And that way maybe, if I get that hair out, then maybe we won't have any areas to catch bubbles. And then what I'll end up doing is I'll let this sit for until it's somewhat firm, and then I'm going to pop it in my Resiners curing machine. So I am going to get it up past the frog. And I just don't want no bubbles in my little froggy. All right, I'm gonna stop there. I am going to take my little rubber thing and there's not much of a lip, but enough that I just don't want any like bubbles sitting there. All right, I'm gonna slide this back here a little bit just so it's out of my way. And we're gonna top it off. And look at that, perfect timing. All right, so that is domed. And we've got a little bit left. All right, so let me grab my other ones. Now on this one, I can see there's a few little areas that some of that mica powder was not mixed. But these two look good. All right, let's get the mystery mold going. Now there's a lot of texture. Let's see. Well, so I think this is gonna all blend into one color, but we'll see. I'd rather have it blend in and make one color than have chunks of color. You know what I mean? Oop. Gosh, I'm making a mess. Sorry guys, I know you couldn't see me pour in there for a minute, but all right, so that is domed. All right. And I have just a smidgen of this, so I'll mix it in with the other. All right, so we do not have much. So let's see, what do we have here? Might have enough to do these little turtles. Let me, since we got black, we might as well give them a color in there, right? All right, let me just move this before I spill it. All right, so we'll have some little chrome turtles. Whoa. That little turtle's way full. Hang on. There we go. I'm just gonna just slide it. And all right. Like a half a drop. And let's see if we have enough to do this little guy. Whatever's on my brush is what's going in here. So he could have black feet. All right, lightly colored. Oop. All right, we got a smidgen left. Let's see if I can find something else to put in there. Does this one hold any more? That one's domed pretty good. There we go, I had a bubble right there. All right, I'll find something to put this in and I will be back for demold, guys. Okay, guys, so these are all cured. I did pop them in the Resiners curing machine. So let's take these little turtles out and see what we've got. I know I have a little cleanup to do on them, but look at these. They're so stinking cute. So we've got 4. We've got no bubbles in them at all. I've just got to clean up the bottom. I might put some magnets on those ones, make little fridge magnets. And then we've got this one. Just got a little extra here. Now, I am going to trim the bottom of his neck while it's still hot. There we go. Now he looks more like a turtle. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, I got a little bubble right here. I'm gonna make some of these. I'm going to trim their necks and then I'm gonna try to remold them. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to or not, but I might give it a try. And then that little bit that I had, I just threw it in this little butterfly mold. I didn't color the mold. I probably should have, but I didn't. So it's just a little black butterfly, but he's cute nonetheless. All right, so we're gonna save the mystery mold for after. So I'm gonna pop this out, put it back in my little tray, and then we are going to see what we have. All right, let's just... All right. Now I'm hoping and praying that I got no bubbles. We're just gonna kind of peel this little guy up. I did stain my mold a little bit, and there's still a little bit in the flowers, so we might have bubbles there. But now we'll know where the trouble spots are. Just putting my mold back. Oh, he's cute. So that light green definitely showed up. A few little tiny bubbles, but you really don't even see them. Oh, we got a little bubble in his little footsie here. Oh, he's cute. But now we have a hole, so we plant a plant in there. The water's gonna come out. There's barely any trimming to do. Oh, I like this. Now we could go over this with, with a marker. But I don't know, I'm kind of... I kind of like it like the way it is. I will do up his eyes though. And maybe do like his little spots. All right, so we've got this one out. Let's do the mystery mold. I am dying to see this. All right, let me grab some tape because I do have a lot of something here on the... Oh, come on. I'm trying to get my tape so it's even again here. I hate it when it rips like that. Stick that there. All right. Because it is easier to clean when your piece is still in there. And I always forget, guys. And I think that's why I get little bits inside my molds. Oh, I don't have the patience to do that when I'm waiting to unmold something. All right, are we ready? Oh, I'm dying to see this. And I'm trying to keep this hidden. Let's... Oh, he came out cute. So we definitely have a little bit... this must have been like a 3D printed mold. Oh, he's cute. A little koala bear. And I did want more black in the ears, so that's why I put that there. Let me grab my oil markers so we can do his face. So I think I'm going to use the bronze because I don't have a good acrylic oil or metallic brown marker. That's one thing that I don't have. So, all right, so I'm just gonna do his little beady eyes. He is still it's still a little warm. It did cool down in the, in the curing machine, but so just by going around the outside edge and having that gray, it makes it look like he has an eye. So that was a happy accident, guys. So I'm going to try to get the little pupil colored first. Oh. Oh, come on. And then I'll just have to clean him up after. Got a little bit on the inside, but that's okay. We will fix it. So I was upstairs and I kept thinking about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want these to cure. So I made something different for supper tonight. It's a recipe. It's like chili, but you put chunked potatoes that you cook in the air fryer into it. You cook it in a skillet. And then you take it out and you put it in a casserole pan, and once you mix everything together, you put cheese on it. The shredded cheddar cheese, the orange one. And it looks really good. But I was like, no, I can't even eat. I've got to go see if my project's done. Much better. I don't know why sometimes the thin end does not want to work. There are a few micro bubbles underneath, but you really don't even see them because it looks, you know, like it's fur. And I want to bring that close to his mouth. There we go. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Let's just give him a little bit on his toenails, claws, whatever you want to call them. There's a little bubble in this one, so it's giving me a hard time. Just enough to give like an indication that they are claws. Okay. So let me take, where did I put my little micro brushes? That's, oh my gosh, I just had them. Oh, I see them. These seem to work the best when trying to clean little things up like this. And then I just kind of rinse it off, wipe it on the paper towel, and it usually works so that you can use it a little bit, you know, just a little bit more. And I'm just going to wipe some of the extra alcohol off. Okay, so that looks adorable. So while we've got the black out, before I, I'll do the log now. Ooh. Excuse me. Now I'm gonna start sneezing here. Now I could let this dry and put some black through those little lines, but I think I'm gonna keep the gray. And then I'll take the skinnier side and get in a little bit closer. And because this mold is really hard to get inside out, I was like, how the heck? And I didn't know exactly like where this piece of wood went. So that's why I figured, well, if I just pour it, then I will have a better idea for the next time. All right, let me get the narrower piece just so I can try to get in a little bit closer here. Kind of in those grooves. I think that's really cute. And I just got a little extra right here that I got to clean up. I think he's cute. What do you guys think? Is it what you thought it was? So I do have a little bit of trimming to do on the bottom. So he did shrink quite a bit, so I could have probably put a little bit more, but there we go. He's all nice and clean. No sharp edges. All right, let's get little Froggy finished here. Let's see. You know what I think I'm gonna do first? I'm wondering if that rub and buff would work, but let's just try putting a little bit of copper on these his little bumps, just to kind of make them, they probably should be like a dark brown, but I don't have any markers. That that's got a good brown in it. So you gotta kind of compromise with what you got. And I just figured this might make it just stand out a little bit. And it does have gold in this green. So I think it will just make these little raised areas show up just a little bit more. It's like his little warts. And there's just like a few little indications at the top not really, yeah, that's just enough that it made them like stand out a little bit more. Okay, now, do I want to go in with the white and go around the eyes first? Let me try it. Let's find the skinny end here. So I'm just kind of going over the raised. There's like a little raised area, and that's kind of what I'm trying to make white. See that little ridge? And it doesn't have to be really bright either. Just so it's giving the, you know, the indication that he's got something else besides just black on his eye. Okay. I'm gonna take a clean one. I'm not too worried on the inside. I just want to get this little area cleaned. Because once it dries and we put the black, then it's going to look fine. Okay. I should have done him first. Okay. Let's just do his nose. And just a little bit in the mouth. Yeah. I'm just trying to go around the white first. And I suppose I could have put like orange or yellow or whatever, but Oh, I think that's cute. So we didn't get too many bubbles for our first attempt, so that's good. But now we know the front, the feet are definitely areas that we have to make sure that we, you know, squish around and... But I didn't want to play around too much and mess the powder up, so... there we go. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. All right, so there are our 2 new projects for today, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. And we've got a nice little hole in the bottom. And let me... like I said, there wasn't much at all to clean up. Oh, I just touched his eye. Did I mess it up? No, thank goodness. So yeah, that is our project for today, guys. I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys, and thank you so much for the Happy Mail, Christy and Terry. I so appreciate it. You don't even know how much I appreciate it. Bye, guys.